These are going to be the three biggest time wasters of our entire generation, okay? Number one is going to be the internet, the thing me and you are on all the fucking time. We're on YouTube, TikTok. You might even be scrolling to another YouTube video or like trying to look at the comments and see what people are saying right now. Your attention span and mine are complete trash. We can't even sit still for like 1 minute without reaching for a phone or wanting to do something else to stimulate our fucking brain. You know how bad that is? If you had a camera crew recording your daily routine, I bet you'd be really fucking surprised at how much time we spend looking at our fucking phone just going, oh my god, like what? Oh, this person did that? Or we're on TikTok, right? TikTok is even worse, okay? Those videos are like 5-10 seconds, right? And we're literally going for like a fucking hour. You know how ridiculous that looks? Even on YouTube, even on my phone, we go from screen to screen every day. It's terrible, guys. And you gotta understand that your time and your energy is the most important thing that you have. If you want to change your life, if you're on self-improvement and you're doing things to better yourselves, why the fuck are you spending so much time on your phone watching YouTube or fucking TikTok or whatever, Twitch streams, fucking all these other things that we do? You gotta understand that I'm struggling with this as well. I find myself scrolling all the time. I find myself on these websites, YouTube. I find myself watching videos endlessly when I'm bored and not being productive. This is like a freaking epidemic, okay? And for the most valuable currency, this is an epidemic for our attention, for our time. And the majority of us are losing. Even I lose sometimes, okay? It's hard to beat. But we got to realize that the internet, social media, all this fucking bullshit, this is just sucking our attention spans. This is like, if you're watching a self-improvement video like this one right now and you're not implementing it in your own life, you're wasting your fucking time. If you're going to another self-improvement video and you're like, ooh, that one looks interesting, how to get girls, how to look better, how to look hotter, and you're not implementing it, you're wasting your fucking time. Like, I can't stress that enough. The internet, the phone, it's always going to be there, let's be honest, but we got to learn to live with it and live without it. We got to learn to control our impulses and our addictions to want to sit there and look at the screen for 10 hours a day. It's fucking terrible. And number two, I'm going to get a lot of shit for this one. It's going to be video games, okay? Now let me start by saying I fucking love video games. I've played video games for the majority of my life. I'm 23 years old. I started playing video games when I was like 5, a Nintendo 64. Upgrading to the PS2, playing SmackDown vs. Raw, and then fucking getting the PS3 and playing the first Modern Warfare, Call of Duty. Oh my god, that was so fun, okay? But I've spent fucking hours wasting my life on video games. If you're not trying to be an esports pro, if you're not trying to be the best of the best at video games, what are you doing? You can be like, oh yeah, you know, I just want to take a break and relax with my friends or whatever. Is it really that fun? Again, if you took a camera and you recorded yourself playing Warzone, playing whatever, League of Legends, Valorant, right? And you recorded yourself, how much time are you actually laughing? How much time are you actually smiling and glad you're there? I bet it's not that fucking much. Most of the time, we're literally angry. We're literally screaming at our fucking screen, stressed out. Oh my god, where is he at? Oh my god, blah, 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 blah. That's fucking, chats are toxic. We're cussing all the time. We're yelling at each other. It's not that fun. And then you're up late. Not to mention that, you're up late. Your sleeping schedule is trash now because you've been playing until 1 a.m. and you're not going to bed until 3. And guess what? You wake up at fucking 12 p.m. at noon. Yeah, that's very productive, isn't it? We can both agree video games are fun. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, even now, knowing how bad it is for me, knowing that it's addicting, I find myself playing games with my friends, maybe like every week or so, okay? It's not productive at all. Am I having an extreme amount of fun? Not really. It's nice to hang out with my friends, but why don't we just fucking hang out in real life if we wanted to do that? And the most important point is, if you want to improve your life, you cannot be wasting your time playing video games. I think we can both agree on that. Do you think someone building a company from the ground up is spending 2 to 6 hours a day playing video games. Stop playing games. Stop letting it control your life. And I feel like most of the time we're playing video games to cope with the fact that our real life isn't as stimulating as we want it to be. That's why we go to games like Call of Duty, where we're literally a soldier with a fucking gun, shooting people, killing people. You look at your KD, you're freaking owning everybody. You're like, oh my god, I'm the man, right? And you're not that in real life. So it's like, ooh, I want to go be that on the screen, when in real life, you're not that great. Improve your real life so that you would prefer to be there instead of the freaking video game. All right. And number 3 is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to say reading. All right. If you're a little bit farther on your self-improvement journey, maybe you've been reading a ton of business and self-improvement books, right? This past year, I've probably read about over 15 books, right? And that's the most I've ever fucking read in my entire life in 1 year, okay? But if I'm not implementing them, and if I'm not implementing those lessons, and I just go to the next book and there's intake information, and oh yeah, that's a good lesson, and my life stays the fucking same, what are you doing? Why are you spending all this time reading? And like I said earlier, watching self-improvement videos, getting this like fucking mental masturbation of productivity, like, oh yeah, I feel so productive right now. But you're actually not doing shit. Your life is still the same, you haven't done anything, and you're still in the same place. The YouTuber First Man has a great word for this. He calls it fluff. This is where you can kind of trick yourself into thinking that you're more productive than you are. Like maybe you journal, maybe you meditate, maybe you practice positive affirmations, right? You haven't really changed anything. You haven't started anything different. Maybe your mind is a little different, which is a good thing. I mean, reading these books has increased my knowledge and self-improvement information. But if I'm not implementing those lessons to actually change my entire life, then it's a waste of time. Reading is good, but if you constantly intake information, watch videos, read all these books, and you don't do anything, you're wasting your time. You have to find out what the real actionable steps are to furthering your life instead of making yourself feel like you're doing it when in reality, you're not. So, like I said, guys, when you find yourself on text too much, on your phone, on videos too much, technology is always going to be there. Don't let it use you or consume you. Like, look at your screen time, okay? Let me check mine right now, okay? My daily average right now is 5 hours, okay? That's not great. We got 24 hours in a day, maybe sleep like 10 or 8. 5 of this is dedicated to this little thing right here. Video games. Video games are fun. Video games are always going to be there too. They're coming out with new games every year. And if you keep buying them, you keep playing them, you keep spending hours a fucking day, but you want to improve your life and you keep playing them, that's a bit confusing. I think you should refigure that out. Limit yourself to those video games. Slowly cut it down. And then reach to a point where you don't even need them anymore. Upgrade your real life skills instead of the skills in a virtual game. And find out what you really need to be doing every day to change your life. It's probably only a couple things, and you're tricking yourself into thinking that you should be journaling or practicing positive affirmations when in reality, if you want to change your life or start a business, maybe you should focus on starting the business or starting the YouTube channel that you want to start. Don't stroke your mind and ego all day with all this reading, tricking yourself that you're productive, when in reality, you're not. You can do those things, the meditating, the journaling, but there are more important steps that you should be taking. And I think me and you both know that. So, good luck.